super excited. So we're going to really dive into, are you financially afraid? So people ask me all the time, like, are you ever afraid of money? Like, you're like the money energy goddess. Like, you have everything together. And it's so funny because the secret is, I don't. I do not have everything together. It literally is a mindset shift. It's a shift of really tapping into, do I really have like what it takes? Do I really have what it takes? And sometimes I don't believe I do have what it takes, but it really comes down to you get to choose in, because naturally, you guys, if you knew this, I'm a pessimist. I just so am. Like, I think worst case scenario for everything. Literally, we could go to the pool and I'm thinking about like, what are all the ways my kids could drown? Like, I really do, like, I like naturally live off fear and anxiety. I naturally live off victimhood. I naturally live off, oh, poor pity me. Like, can someone just save me and like help me out because I don't deserve to like have this happening to me? Like, naturally, that's my instinct. I've trained my mind to not tap into that, because literally, if I let that be like my financial mindset, I would be financially afraid all the time. And I made a commitment, for those of you that read my post yesterday on my personal page about my son with all of his allergies and like all the financial debt that we got and how are we ever going to overcome this? Like, do you think at that moment I really believed we could? Because for so long I didn't. It wasn't until I created thing after thing after thing and I realized God was never going to let me fail, that I could maybe totally screw up, but I would always have somewhere to live. I would always have food to eat. Like, my family would not let me starve. Now, it might not look exactly how I want it to look. It might not always go exactly how I want it to go. But I will tell you that if you stop being so financially afraid, the things that you could create in your life are so abundant and so beyond your like dreams that you could even imagine. Because I'm going to share with you, I literally tried to make a list, and this is just literally maybe the past like 2 years, and this is just only a list of like 10 things of all the things that I literally have had to overcome just to show you that I'm a real life person. So I'm going to go into these and then I'll give you a little bit more teaching at the end, but I really want you to think about this. So number one, my child was born with health issues. Anybody that's had a child born with health issues knows how really expensive that is when you have crap insurance. Plus, then your insurance, like you just, yeah, it's crap insurance, whatever. I was a massage therapist at that point. Then we had all of a sudden eat this super fancy diet and spend $1,200 on groceries. Like, you tell me how a normal family is supposed to afford $1,200 in groceries. Don't know, but guess what? We figured it out. Then we upped and moved to Vegas. My husband was homeless for actually a month. Are you guys, like, this is what I mean. Like, are you guys willing to be homeless for a month to get your dreams? Are you willing to be homeless for a month to listen to God for what direction he has for you for the next thing to actually come? But most people aren't willing because they want it to go exactly how they want it to look. So then we went and moved to Vegas. I go and get pregnant. I got scared. They didn't have birth centers in Vegas. I was like, heck no, I am not doing a hospital birth again. That was the most horrific experience I've ever had in my life. So then I pick up and move to Vegas, or move back home. Instead of just like coming home to have the baby, I was like, I gotta run home to my mom. So I ran back to Vegas, or back here. Then I had to pay for my midwife, which is obviously out of my own pocket. Plus, I also had issues while I was pregnant. And when you have issues in Vegas when you're pregnant, it's not like in Utah where you can just get into your doctor same day. You either go to the ER or you book your doctor a month out. So then I had a $5,000 bill from my emergency visit with my pregnancy. And then what else happened? Oh yeah. Then my husband decided he was going to start a business here. So then we took out, about $100,000 loan. And at that time, right after that, my landlord decided to sell her place. So we were getting kicked out. Well, we have pets. You know how easy that is to find a place with pets. So then we had to figure that out. We finally did figure that out. And then after that, And this is, you guys, this is just minute to like everything else in between that was happening. And then what happened from there is then I got in a car wreck and totaled my car with my 2 kids in the car. I broke my hand with a newborn baby, which, by the way, don't have insurance. Like, I don't carry insurance. So there you go. Had that happen. While at the same time, my husband, was buying the semi and he was going to work. So now all of a sudden I'm at home with a broken hand and sternum and all this stuff, trying to figure all this out on my own while trying to run my own business. Then at that point, my business I did have, I got publicly shamed. My Amazon book got completely squashed. A local natural store that's in town that a lot of people go to, they then told a distributor that I had not to sell to me anymore, or she would no longer host their stuff on like a radio show, would no longer buy stuff from them anymore. So one of my distributors that I was selling tea for totally bogged out on me because, that was the thing. And then my husband just this year his truck got in a hit and run, and then a week later got in another wreck in Vegas. The lady didn't have insurance, so all of that's been out of pocket for us as well too. Then what else happened? The list could go on and on. I just bought, or actually not even. So I was going to get bought out of a business. As of yesterday, I decided I actually don't want any money for it at all. And I still have a loan out for that business that I bought into. So let me tell you, as I'm really passionate right now, life is not always easy. It is not. Like, how the heck, like, could it really be honest with me, you guys? Like, would you keep going after all that? Would you keep going when you know that there's like hundreds of thousands of dollars? Guess what? Until I overcame it once, I would have always said no. There's no way. But guess what? Then we pay it all down. Guess what? Then we reinvest into our business. Hundreds of thousands of dollars again. Guess what? Then we pay it all down. And we just keep bouncing back and forth. Why? Why do we do this? Because it has gotten us to where we are. That is the reason my husband's able to make $20,000 to $40,000 a month. That is the reason I've been able to create multiple 6-figure businesses. That is the reason my kids are able to play soccer and football and do whatever they want. That is the reason we are able to go on vacations as a family for the first time ever in our entire life. I never even dreamed of going to Salt Lake and staying the night, let alone vacations. That is why I'm able to get nails and lashes and whatever, all the high, like I always say it's like, what do you call it? Now I can't think because I'm on a rant. I'm trying to get on a rant. But anyways, I don't know what I'm saying now. But that's why low maintenance. That's why I pay for all the high maintenance stuff to be low maintenance. And here's the thing. You just keep going. When you can prove to your mind once and you're not financially afraid, it's like when you buy your first house. Oh my gosh, are we going to be able to afford it? And you're like, well, my realtor's wanting to take me like $10,000 above budget. Should we do it? I don't know. Like, I'm just scared, but I want that house. I really want that house. That's the one I want. And our decisions are based on money all the time. It seriously, it breaks my heart, because if you just listen to the list of stuff, and that's just a slight example. That doesn't include the $10,000 we've been scammed out of mentors. That doesn't include all of the traveling that I personally paid for the businesses that I've owned. That doesn't include $5,000 of fuel every single week for my husband's truck. Like, literally, I could keep going on, but I'm not going to spare you. If you want me to, private message me. I could tell you everything that's wrong with my life. I could tell you everything that goes wrong on a day-to-day basis. I could tell you about my chronic headaches and my neck completely being out, but I refuse surgery and I continue to push through, you guys. Like life is not easy, but it's also not going to get handed to you. But why would I be encouraging people to, oh no, you guys, my laptop's going to die. I have to go plug it in. Give me some hearts while I'm gone for a sec. Don't worry, I'm coming. I'm serious. You guys, I don't see any hearts. How rude. I'm like spewing my heart to you and you're like, I'm just going to be silent. It's okay. I'll love you later. But anyways, so Why would I be spewing all of this stuff on you and say, come step into my horrible, messy world? Like, why would I be doing this? Because it's so beautiful. Like the things that you really are able to create, the lives that you're able to change, the things that you can do for your family and your kids are beyond amazing. Beyond amazing when you really decide to not let money rule you anymore. I made a decision, as you guys read in my post on my personal page years ago, that money was not going to destroy my marriage. And money is the number one thing that destroys almost all marriages these days. And it doesn't have to be, because money is easy. When you know how to create money, when you know how to manifest money at a high level, but you're willing to take, like right now, I'm launching Finance Your Destiny. It's $297, and that can seem expensive for some people. But guess what? For the return that people get and the things that they learn, the tools that they be able to change, they'll be able to change their children's lives. My child created $300 last week because of these tools that I'm going to teach. And what's so amazing is like when you actually can step in and say, wow, it's what I wanted. I did it, and I trust, and I know that God will always provide for me, or the universe, or whatever you believe in. That is what's worth it. Because then you are able to go on family vacations. You're able to not be like, oh my gosh, like how are we gonna buy this new car that we want to buy, or how are we gonna put our kids in the you know, as a kid, like I just always remember wishing I would have went to the higher end dance studios. And I don't ever blame my family. It's just like we just didn't. Like we just went to the one that was closest by and it was cheapest and this or that. But think about it. Think about how your kids are going to feel when they get to actually choose what sport they want to play, because hockey's too expensive. They can't play hockey. Soccer's pretty cheap, so they can play soccer. And when you're basing everything based around money, oh, well, we can't eat healthy because it's too expensive. Which, by the way, that's a lie, because it's not expensive if you don't eat all the other junk too. But say you want to eat all the other junk too and eat healthy, yes, it becomes expensive. And so it's like, how do you really dive into this? And so I want you to not be financially afraid today. I want you to not be financially afraid next week. I want you to not be financially afraid. And I want you to start asking yourself, what are the things I'm avoiding in life due to money? And here's what I will tell you. It's not easy, because obviously you can see all the mess and the stress that we have to deal with. And some people say, that's not worth it. I don't want to deal with that. And that's totally okay. Then you're perfectly fine to stay exactly where you're at. But if it's in your soul and you're like, I really, really want to do something. I really want to see change happen. I really want to change my financial situation. Whether you own a business or you don't own a business, as a creator of your family, you are able to manifest more money just by manifesting than you are by living on a freaking damn budget. Like, it frustrates me so bad. And I could preach this all day long, and it's harder for me to preach it and people to receive it because I'm the one that sells money stuff. But I am telling you, as a friend, as a woman, as someone being so sincere right now, if you don't learn how to get over your money beliefs, you're just going to be another person at the end of your life being like, I still don't have enough retirement. And all we did was focus on retirement, because that's probably the thing you shouldn't have focused on. You should have focused on, how do I learn how to create money? How do I teach the generations below me to create money? And step out of what the rest of the world's doing, because the rest of the world is broke, sad, and unhappy. I, on the other hand, am in a chaotic, stressful, like sabotage happening 24/7 life. But I can tell you that I am truly happy, because I have the skills that if something was to crash on my front door right now, or like yesterday, to make a decision to be like, you know what, I'm going to turn away all of this money that I could get bought out because it doesn't feel right to take money. I can say, you know what, I'll take the loss. It's okay. That's on me. And I have zero regrets. And I know that it will be okay always. So I'm telling you, this is your last chance this week to sign up for Finance Your Destiny. Now go, if you're like, I don't know how to make it happen, I promise you, I'm very easy to work with. I will make it happen for you. You just have to ask. You just have to ask. So I hope to see you there. 5 weeks with me to really help you with the logical side of money and the mindset side of money, where without a doubt you will create money, and you cannot fail in this class unless you literally just drop out. So love you all. Have a good day, and I will see you later.